Okay, you boys ready for some Doki Doki Literature Club? Huh? This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. What is up, Buttercups? I'm DecreeB, and today we are going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club for the very first time. Now, I actually know very little about this game. I know it's been around for a long time, but I never really played it. Let's get started. Individuals playing. I didn't read that. Hopefully that wasn't important. I'm just gonna agree. You know what? Who needs to read the terms and conditions? Like, anybody does anyway. Oh, guys, hey, you guys want to know a fun fact real quick? My mom followed me yesterday. My mom follows me on Twitch now. She created a Twitch account just to follow my channel. That's Pog. How many of your guys' moms follow your channel, huh? Mine does. PogChamp. All right, I gotta ask this before we start. I'm gonna run a poll because I want to ask you something. Something super important I want everybody to answer, okay? Which girl will Decree crush on most? It looks like the results are in. And one person said it's gonna be the girl on the left. Number 2, though, was voted on twice. So that's the one that chat thinks I'm gonna crush on, the artist. This is a purple hair girl. Girl number 3 looks kind of sassy. And girl number 4 just looks really nice and welcoming. Chat thinks I'm gonna go for purple hair girl, which I find interesting. We'll see, we'll see. Let's get started. It's been 20 minutes. Enter my name. Daddy Decree. Do I go with Daddy? Do I not? I probably shouldn't go with Daddy, should I? Let's just go with Decree. Someone yells out to me, "Hey!" I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. Ha! Ha! Oh, that's okay. Sayori, okay. So she is the one that looks like super positive. Like all about bubbly, happy, positive, radiant energy. Got it. I overslept again. Sounds like she does this a lot. I shouldn't be surprised. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Maybe. That's mean, Decree, is it? Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Damn, she's right. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Decree, have you decided on a club to join yet? I have a guess to what club I'm gonna be joining. I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. That sounds like me. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Fuck. Why'd I tell you that? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Yo! That sounds like me except for the anime part. In college, we actually did have an anime club. Since I worked with student media, we worked pretty closely with the anime club, and the girl that ran the anime club was kind of hot. Just a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying, in real life, I would consider maybe, I don't know. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Shh! My lack of social skills is none of your business. In real life or in the game, your happiness is really important to me, you know? Stop caring about me. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET? A NEET? In a few years because you're not used to the real world? What the fuck is a NEET? And will I be offended because I was one in real life? Not in education, employment, or training. Refers to a person who is unemployed and not receiving education or vocational training. That was never me. I was always doing school and working. It fucking sucked. I wish I could be a NEET. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? I guess I'll promise you that. That sounds like me. This game is accurate. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? She's nice. She's not wrong. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. That sounds like me in school. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Poggers! Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. I can't say I haven't been in that situation. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought that you could come to my club, of course. We're gonna get indoctrinated. We didn't even get to go try anime club. She's just immediately like, hey, come to my club. Come on. Literature is Pog though, so. Sayori, yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. No, I like literature. Shut up, game. Don't speak for me. Literature's Pog. You know what I'm reading right now, chat? Books are cringe. No, Elon, wait. Let me show you. Shady Characters by Keith Houston. The Secret Life of Punctuation, Symbols, and Other Typographical Marks. Good stuff! If that's not your thing, let me introduce you to a book that might be your thing. This book is fucking insane. House of Leads by Mark Z. Danielewski. Let me just show you this book. Let me find some parts of the book. I don't know how to describe this book. It plays with the idea of what you can do in a book. It's not just words on a page. It gets fun with it. Mark Danielewski is known for doing that. Another book that I look forward to reading, S by J.J. Abrams. And this other guy, Doug Dorst. And it's a book, except from the perspective of you stumbling across a different book. It's still in plastic. I look forward to reading this. Anyway, this isn't a book club. This is a literature club. Reading is Pog. If you disagree, you're weird champ. Fahrenheit 451, that's a good book. I read. Anyway, I'll stop talking. I can talk a lot about books. I'm super into books. Let's keep playing the game. Jeez, detours. Yeah, I'm going to anime club. That's fair. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. For a cupcake. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Yes, let's go! I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Why did the music stop? This is kind of creepy. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Decree! What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club! All words escape me in this situation. I am left speechless. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Her? She seems less of a cupcake maker and more of a cupcake stomper, if that makes sense, you know? You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Decree. How do I know Monica? Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Decree. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. I think maybe we can not worry about that. Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well? Still feeling awkward, I take a sit next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Let's see them. I want to see the cat cupcakes. Let me see. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. Classic. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Just bite it. There's no best spot. It's a cupcake. Every spot is the best spot. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Wow, this is a really good cupcake. Nope, no pictures of the cupcakes. Why would they say they're cute like cats and not show us the fucking cupcakes? I hate this. This is bullshit. You know what? I'm not satisfied with this. I'm gonna go find a picture of cupcakes. All right, chat. I'll show you the cupcake myself. Look at the cute little cupcakes. Look at the cute little cupcakes. There are also these ones. These are pretty adorable. Ooh, that's a good cupcake. I imagine they look something like these. Something like these cupcakes, all right, chat? The game didn't deliver, but you can bet your ass I deliver you the cupcakes, okay? Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you know, you, dummy. All right. Relax. Thank you for the cupcakes. I appreciate it. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? She's not wrong. That is accurate. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulting. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. No, it's okay. I believe you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the tea. Tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. What made you consider the literature club? The fact that I fucking had to? Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. But, well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs instead of president of 2 or 3 other people. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. We got this. We're gonna grow the literature club together into a big, strong, awesome, cool, fun place. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Everybody, chat, start nodding. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Decree, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, there's this book S by J.J. Abrams, and House of Leaves, and it's kind of a funny story, and they thought they were free, and Raising the Floor, and Racism Without Racists, and The Future of the Mind, and Chess Fundamental. I'm just reading the books that I can see in my vicinity. Lots of stuff. I'm super into reading. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. I have to read. I read, Chad. I read. I promise. I read. Manga? I don't read manga. No. Don't believe this visual novel. I don't read manga. It's okay. Not that there's anything wrong with reading manga, but I just want to put it out. I just want to put it out there. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? What do you enjoy to read? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Well, when you put it that way, I mean, kinda. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the bare minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Oh, no. The gentle people like Yuri here are always the ones that read the most fucked up shit and listen to the most fucked up serial killer podcasts, and we love them for it. They are exactly the kind of person to read horror. They might seem cute and innocent on the surface, but deep down, they see some. Ooh, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. If only for a brief moment. I respect it. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. If I could speak. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud!" And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Saori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Oh, that's adorable. You can't tell me Natsuki wouldn't have a Valley Girl voice? I mean, I guess. It doesn't feel very Valley Girl to me. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess, sometimes. Like, why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Yo, Lady Phoenix! Guys, that's my mom. Say hi to my mom, guys. Hi, Mom. How are you? Welcome. Should I give my mom VIP? Trees always asks. Welcome. Hey, son. Good. Just thought I would check out your channel. Yeah. Are you proud of Decree? She better not be. Decree mom. Decree swears. How much is that in the swear jar? My mom swears, guys. My mom's cool. You wouldn't understand. Fun fact, I swear a lot too. She does. My mom's pretty pog. Anyway, I'm gonna keep playing the game. But hi, welcome. I hope your day's going well. I have an idea, everyone. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. So I have to write a poem, not in front of my mom. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Decree? Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? I never said I would join this club. I said I was just checking it out for a day because Sayori really wanted me to. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision to actually join the club. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. They all look so sad. Oh God, am I gonna join the anime club? The literature club? Decree streams Doki, his mom is in chat right now. Let's all say hi, Mom. That wasn't a haiku. Decree streams Doki. Oh fuck, you're right. What a baller haiku. Good job, Haida. I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I'm sorry, I thought, humph. Decree, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend an every day with these beautiful girls. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. All right, we're officially in it. We're officially in the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Decree, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Yeah, okay. Hey, Decree, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right! Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Yeah, sure, might as well. With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. And I guess this starts with writing a poem tonight. Fuck, it's time to write a poem. Boys, hey, Haida, can you write me another haiku? I'm gonna need some help. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Wait, really? I don't know who I like the most. I don't really have an opinion yet. I'm just gonna pick my favorite words, the words that I feel like speak to me, okay? Do Yuri? Yuri's pretty cool. Chat did vote at the start of stream that they thought I would like Yuri the most. I'm just gonna pick words though, that I like. I'm gonna pick fireflies, huh? Based off the song from Owl City. Infinite's a cool word though. I'll take infinite. That's pretty pog. Tears? Tears is a good one. I'll do tears. Universe shot, universe. Gotta go with universe. Misery. Misery. It's cool too. Uncanny. Anxiety. Oh, death. Pog. Tragedy. Yo, there's a lot of good words on this page. Tragedy. Incapable. Climax. I don't know why that word's funny. It's a legitimate word. I'm gonna go with dark. Despise. Ooh, suicide? Parfait? No, we gotta go with depression. We gotta go with, unending? No, existence. Fickle? Fickle's a fun word. Headphones, secretive, alone? Alone, 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 alone. After image, that's a cool word. Yuri likes a lot of these words. I dig it. I like graveyard. Graveyard's cool. Empty. I like that. All these words are lame. Heartbeat. Scars. Let's go with entropy. And that's it. That's all our words. Hi again, Decree. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Decree. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. She is so Valley Girl. Oh my fucking god, you're right. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Manga is literature. Yeah. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Decree always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. not wrong. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. You and Decree can become good friends too. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today. You know. Well, wait, Sayori, she's making it worse? Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Not me and my social ineptitudes! Why? Why? Save the situation? Are you kidding? Not gonna happen. I can make it worse if that's what you want. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. How is fictional Decree this well spoken? Why is fictional Decree this good with words? That's not fair. Why can't I be that good with words? What? It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. That is very nice. That is very sweet. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. That's a good point. You gotta let reading girls read. I also read. Let people read books. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. I think she noticed me looking at her. Ooh, awkward. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Oh? But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. She's not even focused. That's a book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I just happened to buy two of them. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Oh, is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? That's kind of dark. I think it sounds fascinating, actually. I think it's personally, if it were me. Is this a real book? Hold on. Can anybody in chat confirm if this is actually like a real book that exists? Because it sounds kind of interesting. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. What do you mean? A human experiment prison that somebody got out of recently? Yo, it sounds poggers. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Decree? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. So am I. That stuff's cool as fuck. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading, which is always PogChamp. I love to hear anybody talk about something they're passionate in. It's always fascinating to me, literally always. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ooh. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. We're gonna read the same book next to each other. I've always wanted to start a book club. I'm not gonna lie, book clubs sound pretty pog. But this is a literature club. I open the book and start reading, basically. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Me. POV, you're me. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Yo, this man's smooth. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here, Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Sheesh, this guy, I'm telling you, this guy's got moves. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Man didn't even read a word. Didn't read a word off the book page. And she's like, are you done now? Are you done now? I feel like the idea of reading one book together as a couple would be kind of adorable, but I also think it'd be kind of a pain in the ass if you read at different paces. Because I tend to read books either one, very slowly, I take my time to soak in each of the words and fully think through, what's going on. And other times I read super quick and I just go through it. I barely retain any knowledge and I'm ready to move on super fast. Like, as cute of an idea as that sounds, logistically it sounds more like a nightmare. More like a nightmare. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. That is probably the smartest way to do it. Let the slowest reader turn the page. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. That is me. It's not like I could see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. But Decree, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, you wait. Oh man, she took it the wrong way. Oh fuck. Oops. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. There you go. There you see? You meant it in a cute way. It is kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone, I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Oh. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. Decree, you fuck! Bro, I thought you were smooth. Dog. Come on now. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. We should agree upon a chapter to come back to, Yuri, so we can make sure we read together again. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Called it. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Psychopath. I make a mental note of where I left off. Psychopath. Use a goddamn bookmark. Anything. He doesn't literally use anything as a bookmark. You do not go, oh yeah, I'm just halfway through page 14 and close the book without leaving any mark of where you left it at. You psychopath. You have to be a psychopath. I stand by that. I'm sorry if any of you in chat read books. Do not put a bookmark and you just memorize the page number. You're a psychopath. I hate to tell you. I hate to break it to you. Literally, you don't even have to use like a proper bookmark. If you don't have bookmarks, literally use anything. An old receipt, a business card, a fucking pencil, anything. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna say this one time, and it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but it's true. If you don't have anything to use as a bookmark, it makes more sense to dog-ear the page that you were on and fold it over so you can find your spot again than to just memorize the page number and leave it at that. I don't want to advocate for that because I don't like it. And if that's your default method, psychopath still. But if you have nothing else, doing a little dog ear on the page, bending a corner, is better than not using a fucking bookmark. I lost my bank card using it as a bookmark. Don't use something important. Don't use something important. Don't use something important. Losing his fucking bank card to a bookmark. Chums, that was a very severe lapse of judgment, even for a 13-year-old. As soon as I got my bank card at 13, I nearly lost it. Chums. Oh, it's okay. Live and learn, buddy. Live and learn. You're 13. Books as coasters? Got it. No. Don't you dare. You treat your books with respect. You treat your books with respect, God damn it. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Oh, yeah, I did. I wrote a poem. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Fucking composition notebooks were... Can I just say, I feel like spiral notebooks were for kids like me that didn't have a lot of money because they were like really cheap. They were really annoying to use because of all the springs, but they were just like the classic. But anybody who had a composition notebook was like the rich kid and like the popular kids. Like they were the cool kid. They had the cool notebooks. The spiral notebooks were lame, standard, boring, everybody had them, whatever. The composition notebooks, those kids were fucking cool. You guys know what a composition notebook looks like, right? Like the classic, like black on white with the taped over spine that were just like really like nice. And the spirals were cursed as fuck and never held up. But here's the thing about the spiral notebooks. You throw your notebook in your backpack, day one, the cover's fucked up. You're losing pages already. Like those things could not hold up to being inside of a school student's backpack. If your spiral notebook had its cover by the end of the year, you know you kept good care of that notebook. I could already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my... Okay, I'm actually... You know what, chat? You're gonna decide. I'm gonna make a poll. I was kind of digging the Yuri vibe from when we got to talk with Yuri. That was pretty pog. Seems to be chat's liking the Yuri vibe too. All right, Yuri it is. Chat has decided, and they decided we're going to trade our poems with Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten up. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh my god, Yuri, it's okay. I do be exceptional, I do. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Just be honest, yeah, give me the truth. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. She thinks I'm good! Let's go! I haven't. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. She is five head. She really knows what she's talking about. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. You didn't say anything wrong. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. She is adorable. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh, I love the ending. I'm not gonna lie, I flicker back is kind of neat. That's pretty good. I'd love to hear her thought process behind it. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Oh no, this is great handwriting. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. It's because I was talking to chat, Yuri. I'm sorry. It's because I was talking to chat. I'm sorry. Well, I just don't read script very often. No. Decree, hey, Decree. Just say you wanted to absorb it. You wanted to read it. You read it, and then you reread it again. And then you focused on each individual line, and you tore it down to truly understand the concept she was putting into it. Don't say, I'm sorry, I read slow. No. I read it a bunch. It was enchanting. I had to read it over and over. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. It was pretty mild. It was minimalistic, but it had some very solid elements that really drew my attention. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Decree. Oh, really? How could, yeah, you fucking stupid? You buffoon? Thought it was about are you stupid? Bro, I must have totally missed the point. This guy. Look at this guy. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. Damn, that's deep. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Decree. For me? You best. Oh, I mean, I'll do my best too, huh? How's that? Who should I show my poem to next? Oh, wait, do we actually get to show our poem to everybody? I thought we only got to choose one person. We're just gonna go ahead and share it with Sayori next. This is a good poem, Decree. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Decree. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Aw, you shucks. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Alright, now we get to read Sayori's poem. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. I hate this. As an emo kid, I hate this. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. That's so positive. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. It's a good poem. Not my style. It's a bit rainy day sunshine for me. Yeah, you know, whatever, it's a vibe. Let's talk to her. Let's tell her how bad this poem is, because it's way too positive and I'm jealous that she lives such a happy-go-lucky lifestyle. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah, I didn't mean to say that. It was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. It does fit her. It does fit her very well. It's a good poem. It's a good poem. Just because I'm a cynical asshole doesn't mean it's a bad poem. It's a good poem. Can I get a little more doom and gloom up in here maybe though? That'd be fun. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I want breakfast. That is so Sayori. Yep, that is very Sayori. Indeed. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. It's bad to skip school. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go straight to Natsuki. Decree, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Harsh? What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. She didn't like my poem very much. That's understandable. Anyway, like, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. It's okay. It's okay. I don't hate it. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. Don't lie, Decree. Decree, don't lie. You did not. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, 'cause everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. She's got a point. Actually, the more I think about it, it's a pretty solid poem. It's very simple in its nature, but it's pretty decent in its delivery. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yep, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, let's do Monica. Let's read Monica's poem. I gotta go, it's been fun, guys. I will come back another time. Night, love you. Hey, night, Mom. Yo, Mom, it's like 10 p.m. You usually go to bed at like 9. Thank you so much for being here for so long. I hope you enjoyed. It's been great to have Decree Mom in chat. But hey, thanks for stopping by. You have a wonderful night. Love you, Mom. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow. And yes, chat, I do text my mom good night, love you every night, like a good boy. Like a good little boy. Hi, Decree. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? I'll keep that in mind, thank you. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Decree. We're all a little embarrassing today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Decree. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked out anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. I do like that. I do like that style of deriving your own stuff out of the work. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point, literally as it is his new album. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. Oh, I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes, a nosy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. Do you see? Like a film reel? Ooh, that's clever. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. This whole thing sounds like a camera, which is kind of pog. Reel, film, retinas, a little hole like aperture. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. I like that a lot. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean like you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and DecreeB did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And DecreeB liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that DecreeB appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. What is this song? What is this song that it changed to? This is the game song, by the way. This is not my own playlist. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as DecreeB started showing up. Hey yo. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. DecreeB, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Just say you don't understand it. Just tell us you don't understand, okay? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Disagree. Help me explain that to her, Decree. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Decree? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be... Holy shit. I guess we gotta side with Yuri. I do agree with her. Natsuki, oh no. Oh, this is gonna be bad. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait! That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Oh, phew. Poor Natsuki, man. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands.
Emotional damage!
Yeah. And throws it in the trash. Aww. Oh, fuck, man. I hate making people feel bad. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. Aww. They both feel bad and they shouldn't because they're both fine. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri, how could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. All right, I believe you. Thanks, Decree. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of the club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said. About, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. What thing did Natsuki say? The thing about the nothing? Never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Oh, good idea. Tea and books, chat. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was all right. Well, mostly. Decree, how about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was neat to talk with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Oh, God. I have to one-up myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. The game is literally telling me, try to build your poems around somebody you like, and I'm saying, fuck you, I'm just gonna look at the words and find the words I like, and then if it matches up with a person that makes more sense, I nod to myself with newfound determination. Decree, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. It is a vibe. It is a good time. Sayori, about what happened earlier, what do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. They're fighting over me. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Decree, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Oh boy, this is literally day 2. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder like a good friend. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, that's all I wanted, just those 4 other prompts. All right, defeat. Universe. I do like the universe. Melancholy. Destiny. Nibble is a good, I like, hey, did you guys know that 8 bits is 1 byte? In 4 bits, on God, is a nipple. Nibble. Cage. Eternity. Philosophy. Despise. I like despise. Agonizing. Agonizing. Are these all the same words, by the way? But we're still gonna go with death. Unstable. I like unstable. Insight. Atone. That's a fun word. Actually, all of these words suck. I'm gonna go with special. After image. Depression. Vivacious. Let's go with tragedy. Grief. Unrequited. That is a good word. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already.